I need to close this. Close folder. Stop. Which one is this? This is my project. And this is where I was building my Docker image. Okay, I'll close this. Just a second. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I was saying is, the in the zip folder that I'm going to give you guys, um, in the zip folder that I'm going to give you guys, it will be a folder that contains all the code for all the projects we've worked on. So far, the one I've organized is this Nest app, and this is the EC2 project. You know, the project, the dynamic project we manually deployed on an EC2 instance. So I've converted that project to Terraform. I think we also have that project in Terraform, but I've organized it to Terraform, right? And what I did is, and I know in that project, I always ask you guys to first manually deploy it. Then at the end of that project, you would save your RDS. You'll take a snapshot of your RDS database, and you also take an AMI of your EC2 instance. You create an AMI from your EC2 instance. Then when you work on the Terraform project, you would use your AMI and the snapshot for your RDS instance. Really at work, that is how it's done. Because think about it, every single time you are trying to use Terraform to spin up your application, it is better to use an AMI that you guys already created that is ready to go, and you just use that AMI in your Terraform code, as opposed to using Terraform to do all the installation again. So really, when it comes to like installing an application, we really don't use Terraform to do that work. Either those work is already done and there's an AMI Terraform we use to create the infrastructure, or you use other tools to do it. So, but for this project, since some people are missing um, the manual step, the manual part of the project, which is where you deploy the application in the EC2 manually, which I don't recommend that you guys miss any of it. Um, and sometimes you guys also delete, after a while, you may have delete your AMI from your AWS console. So what I end up doing in this project is this Terraform code will install everything about this application from beginning to end. So in this Terraform project, there isn't any dependencies on having an AMI beforehand or having an RDS snapshot beforehand. So here I have the script that would, sorry, my Zoom thing is in the way. Here I have the script that would install the application on the EC2 instance. It would update the env file, update the app service provider file, all that stuff, right? I have my script here that would do the installation. And here I also have my script that would migrate the SQL data into the RDS database so that our application can be ready. So this, for the final code, I'm just going to give you guys, this will just be 100% independent of the AMI and the RDS snapshot. So that's what I was working on. If I run this, and if anyone has any question, feel free to interrupt me. Guys, believe not that I couldn't. I was trying to type Terraform apply, and my brain just went blank. I didn't even know how to type apply. All right. Good morning, Shamika. How are you? Good. Have you started work? Are you still waiting?
I'm still going through the background, the clearance part.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
reached out to the point of contact for Social Security Board, and she was like, it shouldn't be much longer because the adjudicator, they haven't came back and said I'm missing anything or any errors.
Okay.
So cross my fingers they shooting to have me start like I would say probably this because I have things to do the week of the 14th. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I want to shoot to start on the 22nd. I guess that's the week after on the Monday because I will always start on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's the goal
Okay.
of
Yeah.
October. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
To
you
take about
start.
4 this week. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You start.
hmm
You start.
Yeah, I did my fingerprints, everything already. So I reached out. She was really nice. She was like, "Yeah." I reached out to them. She said, "Yeah, you have your review on." They haven't came back and said you missed anything like that. She said that's a good sign. Everything is good. I had a clearance before, but I think it's only in the system for 5 years, so I
Yeah.
had to redo the form again and stuff. Yeah. So
I know, yeah, the clearance part, when if you have to do
hmm
that one always take some time.
yeah. But how's baby boy doing?
It's good, keeping me
That's
up.
good.
I'm I'm still I'm still operating on a 1 hour, 2 hour sleep.
Don't worry, it'll get better. Trust me. Before you know, you be like, where the time go? He already grown.
I know, yeah, but he's getting bigger by the day.
hmm
I mean,
hmm
he just turned 2 months.
hmm
On last he just turned 2 months last Monday.
hmm
He's bigger than. He has a cousin that they are 2 days apart. My son is almost twice bigger than him.
Wow. Oh, he a big baby. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
my little one. My little one, is he think he's gonna be tall too?
I think so.
Yeah. That's what
Cause
my mom.
my grandfather is very tall. Yeah,
hmm
on my mom's side, pretty much all of them are very tall over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
he is.
my little one, my youngest one. She gonna be taller than both of us. Me and my oldest daughter because she's already grown. Like I just bought her sneakers like literally during the summertime, like the end of the summer. Her birthday's in August. And then I go to put her sneakers on the other day, and she goes screaming into my, "It's tight." I'm like,
Hmm,
did you just have a growth spurt in like 2 weeks?
I know.
I had to go buy her some more sneakers. I was like, oh my lord.
Yeah, he's also the same thing. He's growing out of his outfit.
hmm
Pretty.
Yeah, make sure.
When we just had him,
hmm
all his outfits was bigger than him. Now those same outfits are
Yeah.
very tight on him. When I'm trying to take his leg out, when I'm changing his diaper, I can barely squeeze his leg out of that thing.
Yeah, that's why I always tell you buy them. They close bigger because they grow,
Mhm.
and you really don't never know how big they get until they start that first year of life. And so, like, when people used to think I was crazy, I bought my nieces, my little young nieces and great grand nephews and them. I would buy them 12-month, 18-month outfits when they was newborn, and I'm like, and my niece is like, "Why are you buying stuff?" I'm like, "Watch, you see."
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, he is growing very fast though. But I'm enjoying it. I'm not no complaints on
Hmm.
my end.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I
because it'll
enjoy it.
go.
Yeah.
Before and you like it's he's 2 months, so right around like the 3 month mark and 6 months, they kind of get a rhythm and they start sleeping real good. You
Yeah,
gonna know.
someone told me that too. A lady told
Hmm.
me our baby started sleeping longer at 3 months.
Hmm.
And some people
Hmm.
say 6 months. So
3 to 6 months, you know, because you gonna remember that first sleep through the night, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, you gonna want to you gonna want to check. And I don't know if y'all have them still sleeping inside the room. Like I let my baby sleep inside my room the first 6 months of her life before I start putting her in her nursery.
yeah,
And
same here.
like I knew that I had to double check the because she used to sleep in the bassinet. I had to double check she was good because I got to sleep through the whole night. And I
I know.
forgot because my two girls are 16 years apart. Like my oldest, she's 25. So
Yeah.
and my youngest is 9. So they're
Oh
16
wow.
years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I
it's
know
like
when
starting over.
usually when it sleeps longer, that scares me too. I always have to go check him and make
Hmm.
sure he's okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's sleeping in the room with us too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because he can't even sleep by himself, and you have to sleep next to him, or else
Hmm.
he's gonna wake up every 5 minutes.
Oh, he's so adorable. I love when they that age.
Yeah,
I love it. Cherish it. Cherish it because they'll go fast.
I know, I know.
That sweet smell of baby powder, that little smell they got in their body. I used to always just smell my little one. I just smell her little neck and stuff. She's so that baby smell is just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. He always smells good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's
Mhm.
definitely a rewarding experience. The main thing is just um fitting my work schedule into it because I have to
Mhm.
work during the week, then I have to try to do some of the AOS note stuff. I just
Mhm.
always have like I have less energy during the day after watching him at night because
Yeah.
his mom and I are raising him together because I won't let her do it all by
Mhm.
herself.
That's good. Yeah.
So
Yep.
our schedule really works for us. Since I'm more of a night person, I'll watch him at night,
Yeah, that's
and
good.
his
Okay.
mom watch him during the day.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, like only thing I regret is that I didn't have them grow up a little closer to apart. So that's the only thing I would say. If y'all can, if y'all want to, not to wait too long to have him for him to have another sibling, because it just like only thing my daughter, my oldest one, didn't know that much of a difference of not having a sibling because I
Mhm,
used to have my nieces. I raised my sister and my nieces as well at some
mhm.
point for a small part of their life. So she always had other kids that was around her age around her. But that's the only thing I regret, like just not having, especially for my youngest, because she don't have any siblings that's close to her in age
Okay,
that she can grow up with. Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
that's fine. That's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys can see that I just finished running this code in Terraform, and if I click on um my output URL here and I open it, yeah, I can see it's opening the application. And this is installing everything using Terraform. So there is nothing here that is I'm not using an AMI and I'm not using an RDS snapshot. You can see in my Terraform directory here, I have two scripts. The first one is installing my application, and the second one is migrating my data. When I was working on it yesterday, which was the first time I finally had time to work on it, when I ran into some issue where my application wasn't showing, and how I troubleshoot it was, I guess one of the things I learned is when you guys are using user data here and you are uploading your user data into your EC2 instance and executing it from there, If you are not sure, because one of the questions I had is I didn't know where the error is coming from. And I need to confirm that at least my script was executing successfully. So one of the things I learned is that when you have your script in the user data, you can EC2 actually has a log that you can go check to see whether your script executed successfully. So this is my server. If I select my server here, I'm going to, if you want to see it even from the console, you can select it here and you click actions, monitor and troubleshoot, and get system log. And that should give you the log. It's not showing here. It's not showing here now because it's probably still populating it. But if you check maybe after if you check after 5-10 minutes, you are going to see the logs here. So, and another thing I also learned yesterday when I was troubleshooting is when you guys create your script, always put this set X in at the beginning of your script. So what will happen with this is sometimes at work I've seen us we can put this X, and I think is there's an additional flag you can put on it that will say that if any of the command fails, then the entire script will fail. But what this does is this will print each command. It will print the command before it executes it. So that way, when you are looking at the outputs from the logs, you can see which command ran and where the command is failing if the error is coming from your command. So that's another thing I learned yesterday. It's just adding this to the beginning of any script you are running in the user data, and also where to get the logs. You'll get the logs on your EC2 instance. If you go to your instance, you'll get the logs if you selected actions, monitor and troubleshoot, and get system logs. So these were all the things I was also doing yesterday when I was running into an issue. And it took me some time to pinpoint where the issue is coming from. So just saying that to say that when you guys are troubleshooting, don't be discouraged and uh, don't worry that it might take a while to figure it out, and don't think you are not learning because you're running into issues when you are deploying an application. It happens all the time. Even for me, since I haven't worked on this project in a while, I went to work on it yesterday and I was running into issue. Uh, so I'll just wait here and see if this is going to. Yeah, it usually it takes some time for this to show up here. If you wait like maybe 10-15 minutes and you come back to the system log, you'll see all the outputs here. So yes, that's what I want to do. I've completed the next one. I'm going to do the Shopwise one, the app. Then I'm going to do the rent zone. That'll be for the EC2. Then I'll do the same thing for the ECS project. And after the ECS, the Kubernetes, I'll do the same thing for the Kubernetes. Then the last one is the CI/CD and also the Terraform module. So I'll do the same thing for it. So at the end, all the codes will just be in one repository. It will be easier to Shamika said, would this update be on the website? So yes, the project itself on the website that didn't change. So whatever I'm doing here, oh yeah, I know. Mm, on the website, I'm still, and you guys can let me know which one you prefer. On the website, I'm still contemplating whether I should keep it the way it is of using the AMI and the RDS snapshots in the Terraform project, or make it like this, where everything, you just, your Terraform code deploys everything. You guys let me know which one you prefer. I like the AMI one and the RDS snapshots one because that's really how it is done at work. At work, we really don't. use we don't use this method, because think about it. Here with this code, every single time you would have to migrate your data. Every single time you run this code, you would have to migrate your data. This code will migrate your data every single time. But if you are just using an AMI, for example, and you use the AMI to launch your EC2 instance, the AMI will already have all the things you need on it. And if you, just in case if you run into error, maybe some of these commands didn't work anymore, something has changed. So really the fastest way and the more efficient way is to use the AMI, which is why I made the project that way. So that just even open you guys to understanding how to create an AMI, and also how to take snapshot of your RDS instance, because that is something we do at work all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. Once it's done, I'll give you guys the zip folder, so you guys can have it. Does anyone have any question?
Uh, I have
Go
I
ahead.
have a question. Where do you go at, like, for Terraform, to update Terraform in its entirety?
If you want to update Terraform to the newer version,
Right.
okay. So what I do is I'll just so if you are using a Mac computer uh and you use
Windows.
home and you use Homebrew to install your Terraform code, you can just there's probably a Homebrew command. If you run the same Homebrew command, I believe it would update it for you. But if you install Terraform on a Windows computer, right? When I walked you guys through the installation, for example, we installed Terraform here. And by install, all we did is just create a folder called Terraform, right? And we downloaded the executable file and put the executable file in that folder, right? So if you want to update Terraform, all you have to do is go back to the Terraform's website. And just do on Google, I just do Terraform download. And on their website here, let me click this one. I'm not sure. Okay. So once you come to the Terraform website, I just type Terraform download. It is bringing you here. So this is the one for Mac OS. This is the one for Windows, right? So I believe this is like the two different OS version, right? This AMD 64, that is if your computer is 64-bit. So all you do is you just come here, download the executable file. So you downloaded it. I'm going to go to that folder, right? It is here. So let me just move it in here, because since I have so much stuff in my downloads, when I unzip it, it always move it somewhere random. So this is the file I just downloaded. I'm going to unzip it. So when you unzip it, you get the same executable file. So you just copy this. Before I do this, let me see. So my current Terraform version now is version 1.6.1. So once I download the executable file, but I like the current version I'm on. So before I update it, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to remove this plus and put it somewhere on my desktop, just in case if the new version is breaking my code, I can move back to this. So
And there's no version where you can run it right from VS Code. You got to come to and put it in your
Yeah,
Explorer.
this is on Windows computer, this is the easiest way to do it. So
Got you.
this is the directory where my Terraform executable file is. So if you want to update it, you just I just come back to my downloads over here, and the new one I just downloaded, I'm just going to copy, and I'm going to replace this one. And that's all you need to do to update it. At least the last time I updated it, that's what I did. So let me now run that Terraform version again. Let me see what I get. So you can see now my new version is 1.96. The previous one I had was 1.61.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Because I know I'm my previous Terraform version is old and in my computers, and I have to update the newer version. But yeah, I get it. I get it.
yeah, just go and because you already set up the environment variables, you don't have to do all that stuff anymore. You all you do is just update your executable file.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, cool. All right. Does anyone else have any question?
I do a piece. Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
First,
I'm fine. You?
so I'm good. I'm doing no problems. Good weekend. Um, I started doing that Ansible project, and what I ended up doing, I had did it before through the console, like you did.
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I did it all through Terraform. So I want you to take a look at the code because I'm running. It came up. Everything is up, is running and everything, but I'm having issues with my key pair. It's been a nightmare, honestly.
Okay, sure. I can
So
take a look at it. Okay. You want me to
cool.
do it? You want us to look at it now?
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to look at it
Yeah,
now.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know
If
if you
you, I
have
can
it.
look at it. I can look at it real quick. So your keypad, that's probably that should be an easy fix. So, yeah, let's look at it.
Yeah, if anybody else got questions or something, and
No one has had questions, so you're fine.
so I'll switch over to my laptop. Hello, can you guys see my code?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this is my
Your
EC.
camera is on, just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I don't know if you want to leave it on.
It's fine.
Okay.
Here's my key pair.
Okay. Okay. Variable. So you have a variable. Yes. So, and I haven't done this Ansible project through Terraform, so we can look at it. Um.
You want me to go to another tab?
So which one are you having issues with? So yeah, I see you have your keypad there, but that's the variable. Oh,
It's
so
my Ansible one. So I'm able to get into the Bastion host, but from the Bastion host to the Ansible server, I'm having issues, which that's kind of centralized where you go out to your web servers
okay. Yeah, so you're having issues going from the Bastion host
to
to the
my Ansible
to your
server.
Ansible server. Okay.
Yeah, you want me to show you
Yeah,
the
sure.
console?
Yeah, sure.
So here's the console. And
And I think you should probably just you are just a perfectionist. You want to make sure all your deployments is like fully automated, which is they really love that at work when they're always trying to push for automating things. But setting things they're better off you setting them up first and just using them, right? So the main issue that you can go from your Bastion host to your Ansible server is that, right, your Ansible server has to have the public key, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what we can check, and we'll see what is going on, right? So your Bastion host is trying to connect to your Ansible server. Where's my little drawing thing? Oh, it's you sharing so I can draw.
You
So
want me to stop sharing?
no, it's fine because I don't have any. So your Bastion host is trying to go to your Ansible server, right? So
Mm-hmm.
your Ansible server has to have the public key, right?
Mm-hmm.
For your key pair. Then your Bastion host has to have the private key of your key pair to be able to connect to it.
Say that one more time so I can hear it one more time.
Okay. So maybe I should let me share so I can just draw something on
All
this
right, so I'm gonna stop sharing here.
one. Okay. Okay. Let me see that Ansible project if I have the reference architecture for it. Not this. Okay. So this is what you're trying to do, right? And here you have your Bastion host here, right? So what I'm saying is, in order for this Bastion host, yeah, to connect to your Ansible server, right? Your Ansible server has to have your public key. Whatever key pair you are using, this has to have the public. And your Bastion host here has to have the private key. So that's what's going on. You get it? But the thing about it is, we really don't store the private key on the Bastion host for security reason. So that's why we always use tools like Pagent to forward the key, because this private key will be on your computer, right? And that's why we use tools like Pagent to forward the key through the Bastion host to be able to connect to the Ansible server. You get it? Sean, are you still there? I'm not sure if you're on mute.
Sorry. What I was saying is, if you're using PowerShell to get into your different servers, how is that? Should I switch my key from a PEM to a PPK file? Because that's what I'm using.
Yes. So if you're using PowerShell, you will be using PEM file, not PPK. PPK only works with PuTTY.
Right. So that's what I'm using. I'm using a PEM
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. So even with that, the concept is still the same.
Okay, but you can't use PuTTY, right? With a PEMK instead of you use a PPK. So I use all these acronyms. But
Okay, no, you're fine. So we have the PPK file and we have the PEM file. PPK only works with PuTTY.
right.
That's it. But if you want to use PowerShell, then your key pair has to be in PEM file. That's
Okay.
be a PEM file.
So how would you just talked about paging and forwarding? How would I forward that using PowerShell?
Yeah, good question.
Yes.
There is a. I've done the. I don't remember how to do it, but let me find it
I
for
can
you.
research. I
No,
was
no, 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 no. I've done it before. Don't worry about it. I just gotta go reference the video. I've done it before. It's been so long since I just use. I'm so lazy right now. I always just use the EC2 instance endpoint to connect to my EC2 instance. But I've
and,
done it. I've done this project before.
and
Let me
so since
drop
we
the
talking
link.
about it,
It's on your YouTube. It's on your YouTube.
Yeah,
The
that's
one
why
he's talking about is the. I think it's
yeah, that's why I wanted to go and look for it.
I have my notes, but I'm not on my other computer right now. But I remember doing it too. And I had to do something with the agent, so with the SSH agent, key agent, but it's do PowerShell and it was do Bash and host. And I
Mm-hmm.
know it's on your YouTube channel because I was able to pull it up as well and I screenshot
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, it's somewhere on my YouTube. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
okay,
that's she.
I'll find it. You don't need to
No,
look.
I'm kind of curious because I want to. It was something we can. Don't worry about. I know you don't like me helping you through the. Okay, at least let me show you the video. Then you
yeah.
if you wanna go.
Because we know exactly what you're talking about. Because I wanted to get into my Bastion host without have to use Putty, and I follow one of the videos here. That's on here
Okay.
Don't
Go.
feel
with the
don't feel
command.
bad, man. I do the exact same thing. I do the exact same thing. I don't want no help. Let me figure it on out.
Yeah, it's somewhere here. I probably passed it. Just a second. Um.
I think it's titled "Your Bastion Host" or something like that. How to SSH is your Bastion host using PowerShell.
Yeah, I think I passed it.
Let me see. I'm
PowerShell.
gonna look. I'm gonna see if I got it on my
It's
Google
gonna be
Drive.
whatever video I have that has the PowerShell logo on it. Let me just.
Mhm.
It's somewhere around here.
And so, if he's now that we're talking about this key pair thing, is
Mm-hmm.
there is there a simpler way to like I guess like Terraform Vault or Ansible Vault or something a way that you can it's an automated way to get through without doing a key pair thing. I know the key pairs are more simplified than password, but is there a simpler way to deal with these key pairs? Because
I
it go
I
ahead.
think that's just how Ansible works, right? So you can either use the keeper method or you can use password. So if you don't want to use the keeper, I think there's a way you can configure your Ansible server just to only use password. Then every time you want to log in, you use password. But connecting from your Bastion host to your Ansible server, you would need a keeper for that because
And what if
that's just how it would things that's just how connecting to a private instance work. Unless if
and what
you
if
go ahead.
not to cut you off, BC. What if you have multiple key pairs?
If you have multiple keeper,
PEM file. What if
then
you go ahead?
you just pick whichever one you want to use. You can only
Okay.
use one. I mean, you can store multiple files. I think you can on your is it like multiple I think you can, but I'm not sure. I haven't it's not something I've done before. But
But for a good
Can you
practice,
manage it?
for,
Yeah.
yeah, for a good practice, you all only just want to use one PIM file because he might have multiple PIM files.
mhm,
But
yeah.
your key pairs and KMS as well? Because you
Uh,
have multiple users, you're not going to use the same key pair. Let's say if you technically you like if you're doing this to simulate doing something on a job, you're going to have different users, and cause different users are going to have their different key pairs, right? Can
yeah.
you manage that stuff on KMS?
Mm, KMS is
The
more
key
for like
management services? What was that? Key management services?
KMS is more for like encrypting stuff.
Okay.
So you wouldn't you do that on KMS.
Okay.
Um
What
um
about the EC2 Connect?
so we you it's a situation SaaS Connect. Yeah, that's what you can use that because if you let's say you use the EC2 Instance Connect endpoint, right? You
Hmm.
can just connect directly. Hmm. So let's say your endpoint is here. You create your endpoint. I don't know why this thing is not working now. Okay, let's say you create your endpoint here or whatever. Let's say this is the AWS. Then you create your endpoint here. You can just connect directly to your Ansible server without needing this.
So that wouldn't that would be the best solution then, right? From that point.
Yeah, it makes it easy. Yeah, but I think everyone else is still, because we've been using keeper method for so long. Some people are still, I mean, people still use keeper. But at work, we really don't use keeper like that anymore because there's so many users, right? At when I was working at Capital One, and we had an Ansible server that we used to configure the servers. The How we got the keeper, because remember I said your Ansible server will have the public key, and whatever you're trying to use to connect to it will have your private key. So what they did is they had a vault, whatever vault system they were using, and they stored the private key in there. So the
So that's
private
what
key was in the vault. Then they rotated the private key. They would change it, maybe like they have a policy to change it every 60 days or so. So all the engineers, right, all of us, every time we want to run Ansible, we all just always go and download the key, the private key from the vault, and store it on our computer, and that's how we're able to SSH into.
So that's what I was reading about they got this a module in Ansible called authorized key, and it's a module where basically it stores in an Ansible vault where you can pull it down, and then you don't have to necessarily have the key stored on your computer. You just pull it from the vault, and then it connects into the thing. But it looks like it's advanced, so I just kind of stayed with the keeper thing. So
Yeah, I think
oh,
the keeper is better for practice because I mean you learn multiple things with it. Um, Really, that's really not because when you start working, however your company's policy is to connect to the Ansible server, it's gonna be right there in your face, you know. It's not something you're gonna be able to reinvent. You understand? Unless if you say this process can be improved and you propose a different idea and they end up saying, okay, yeah, sure, we want to go with that method. But other than that, however, whatever method they use to SSH into the IEC2 instance, they use to SSH into the Ansible server is what you have to follow. So I'll say for the sake of the project's sake, don't try to make it as complex as, I mean, over time you can improve it. Let's say you get through everything you're trying to do with this project. What I always do is sometimes I'll get through the basic idea of what I'm trying to do with this project. And once I'm done, then I can go back and improve it. So on your next round of working on the project, if you want to improve it, then you can try to use that vault method. Um, but really, even at work, what I've seen is just that keeper. They'll create it, store it in some vault. It's not even an Ansible vault. It's just some vault they have where you can go and download it from. You download it to your computer and you just use it. You store it in your SSH directory and you use it. That's how I've seen it done.
okay, okay. Have you seen Ansible Tower out there as well? Because I was looking into that.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I'll say uh, with Ansible, just have a good understanding of you just mentioned it, understanding the Ansible modules, the different modules that you can use to write your playbook. I think if you understand just even writing the playbook, that is the majority of the work. If you just understand how to use write different Ansible playbook to do different things, that is almost 80-90% of the work. So I've heard about Ansible Tower, but I haven't used it, and I haven't really seen it in. I've worked on. I would say since I've been working, I've worked on at least 10 projects, and I haven't seen anyone use it. So even in the past couple of years, I haven't really even worked on any project where Ansible is being used. So
So,
not to say don't learn it, but I think when it comes to Ansible project, understanding how to write a playbook is would be one of the main things I focus on.
okay,
Just
so
writing different playbooks to do different things.
My last question on this. So I got the Terraform built up the infrastructure, right? And so now I'm building out the actual playbook, right? So if you looked at my code, you probably did. It was quick. I got the playbook and the Terraform code together. Do you usually break them up, right? You do the infrastructure in Terraform first, and then you come back and run the Ansible playbook in another, I guess, module or file, right?
Yeah, can I say what you did?
Yeah. Let me bring it back up. I gotta switch back over.
Oh, I did. I saw your comment. I'll answer the question once I'm done here. Yeah, sorry, I didn't say it on time.
AZ, I found the video. I'll
Oh,
post
yeah.
it inside the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
found it.
Thank
I
you.
tell you, I have documents. You know, I keep my stuff organized, and I found it. It's on my Google Drive.
Okay. Well,
I put
thank
the
you.
link
I
with the
couldn't
project.
even find it
No
on my
problem.
own page. Yeah. But I know I've done it
You
before.
got
So
mad videos now. That's why.
I know it's too many videos.
I'll put it inside the chat now.
Okay. Thank you. Sean, are you sharing your screen? Yeah, did he disconnect? I think he must have. He probably disconnect because I don't see him here. Oh, okay. You're still here.
Am I sharing now?
Yeah, you are.
All right, cool. So yeah, you look up here. But see, it's all included in my Terraform code. I know I'm supposed to break it up. Well, I believe that I'm supposed to break it up.
It's fine. I mean, it's just a file in your root directory. If you want to be more organized, you can have a directory within your Terraform thing or outside of your Terraform project called playbooks. And in your Terraform project, you just point it to it anyway. So it really doesn't matter where you have it. But I mean, to be more organized, you can have a playbooks directory that you are pointing your Terraform to. So in that directory, you just have all your playbooks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You understand what I mean?
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's about it. I'm gonna keep continuing working on it, and then I'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, this is very good. I haven't even done the Ansible Terraform project before. I mean, it's probably something to is definitely worth working on. But
Yeah.
eventually, when I update all the projects, the Ansible one, I would like to add this to it too, where just adding the Terraform to it.
Yeah,
But
I'm going back through like all your projects and trying to like the ones that were done through the console,
also,
trying to just automate them. But
okay, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
All right,
that's
I'll stop sharing and
okay,
I'm good.
cool.
Thank you.
No problem. Um, uh, so Ade, your question you were asking if what was your question again? If for the Terraform project, did you still use Flyway to migrate the data into RDS? Yes, I did. So in my in my so I have two scripts. The first script I just separated it two scripts. The first script is the one that will install PHP, uh, MySQL, and all those things on my EC2 instance, right? So this is just installing and configuring the application on my EC2 instance. My second script is going to migrate my data into RDS database. So here you can see I'm going to download Flyway. So in this Terraform project, what I did is it's still the same thing we did manually. So you guys know when we migrate our data into RDS instance, we will launch an EC2 instance. We will SSH into that EC2 instance, then we'll install Terraform, then run our migration from there. It's the same thing I'm doing with this Terraform code. So you can see here, I have uh, a file that will launch an EC2 instance, right? This is the file. And in this EC2 instance, I am adding my user data script, right? So you can see my user data script is pointing to this file, migrate nest SQL sh file, which is this file. Whatever name you put here has to be exact name you have as your file name. Then this just means that when I launch this EC2 instance, it will execute the user data script, and the user data script is whatever I have in here, which is, if you notice, it's the same command we run manually. We SSH into our EC2 instance, we download the flyway folder. We set the command to be able to execute flyway from any directory. We create our SQL directory. We download our SQL file from S3 into the directory. We run our flyway migrate. So it's the same exact thing. So that's why I always say, you guys, not skipping the steps, because if you understand the concept of how something is done manually, when you automate it, at the least, it is the same process you're going to follow. Nothing is going to change. So it's just figuring out how to automate it. So you guys can see it's the same exact. If I wanted to do this thing, if I wanted to migrate the data manually, I can use the same script by just running it one by one, and it will still work the same exact way. Another thing I did here is, because I launched an EC2 instance to migrate my data, and that's all this EC2 instance is used for. So after this EC2 instance has migrated my data, one thing I added to my script is to shut the EC2 instance down after 7 minutes, because it might take time to run everything to migrate it. So I'm just giving it more time to run through the migration and be done. So once my data has been migrated, after 7 minutes, it is going to shut down my EC2 instance. And you guys know that I ran this. So if I go to my management console here,
And yeah, with the script, we are running the flyway migrate from any directory, as opposed to before where we had to do it from that SQL, right?
yes. So this is running it from any directory, and this is what allows it to be able to do that, this command.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you run this command, it would allow you to be able to run the flyway migrate from any directory. You don't have to be in the SQL. So if you see on my EC2 instance, I only have one EC2 instance running, and that is the EC2 instance for my application. If I change this, you can see my migrate EC2 instance. Well, whatever I have in there is stopping it, so it stopped it. It stopped it. I didn't. So in your script, you can have it to probably shut it down too. I don't know what the command is, but whatever command I have here is stopping it, which is good. Because once I've migrated my EC2 instance, I really don't need that EC2 instance running. So that's why once that job is done, I stop it from now. And the only other thing about this project is, this is good for if you guys want to just organize the projects in your repository, and when you have an interview or you want to present it or whatever, you can run it, everything is there. One of the reasons why I don't like this is I haven't thought about it, about what would happen when I let's say, let me try one thing here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my son crying. Excuse that if you guys can hear it. That's my security group. I'm just going to try something. So what I'm trying to say is, I want to see how it is going to be if, let's say I want to update my code, because that EC2 instance to migrate my data, that's really all I want it to do. I really don't want it to do anything other than that. So what if you have your Terraform code and you update your Terraform code? So how is that going to? Okay, I need to run Terraform init probably. Yeah, Terraform init. Oh yeah. So it's probably because I did that update. Let me just change it back. It's because I just did that Terraform. Uh, and I was showing Dylan how to update his Terraform version. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay, perfect. So it does work. So I was afraid that, I guess since I'm doing everything through Terraform, it still remembered um that all that stuff is part of my state file, right? So my question was, if I stop that EC2 instance and I went to update my Terraform code, is it going to want to start that EC2 instance back up? So that was my concern, but it didn't. So you can see the code that I added here. It's just going to add one thing. I added a new security group and it's just going to do that. So whatever I've done with this EC2 instance to migrate my data, that is done. If you keep updating your Terraform code, it wouldn't affect it, which is exactly the behavior I want. So yeah, so that works. All right. Does anyone have any other question?
Okay. Thank you, AZ, for answering my question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. So I wouldn't know if this question is relevant, but I just feel I'm kind of compelled to ask because I'm curious, and I can probably bank on your experience. Is it possible to use Flyway to like migrate uh, a standalone database? Is it something that is um, uh, like used in workplace, or
Uh,
they rather go with all this data migrate service on AWS?
if it's like a standalone database, like let's say you have a database on-prem and you want to just migrate whatever data is on it to your RDS and stuff, something like that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, you can use either one. You can either use that migrate service or you can use Flyway. Flyway will do the same thing. So Flyway connects to different type of database source. It's not just um the SQL file not just that this one method we use, right? You can use Flyway to migrate data into on my previous project, how I ever found out about Flyway is we were using it to migrate data into a Snowflake database. So it does work for different type of database service. So yes, if you have a standalone, you can use Flyway, or you can use the AWS database migrate service. That one works fine too. So it's just a preference.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And what brought that question, as in what stirred my curiosity about that, was that I noticed that the data that we migrated for this particular project was like a snapshot of a particular database. And I'm like, okay, if that is the case, then we should be able to use Flyway for any standalone database. So the reason why I cannot ask, if you have had such experience at
Yeah.
workplace. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Flyway does connect to a database. You probably just have to, the same way we set it up, within you'll connect to the database. Even when we did it at work, I was trying to remember, we were using the SQL file. So the engineers, because they were creating the files themselves, the database engineers, they were creating the whatever database schema they were creating, right? And they uploaded it into the repository, and we had a pipeline that would take it and just run the migration into Snowflake, store it in Snowflake. But in terms of getting the data from one database that is currently running, I haven't set that up at work, but the time we had to do something like that, where we were copying the data from the database that was in dev environment to the database that is in prod environment. And for that one, we used database migrate, AWS, the database migrate service they had. That was what we used. We didn't use Flyway. So whichever one is just going to make your job easier and make it more efficient, that's what you will go with. Okay.
Thank you.
So once I'm done with this, I'll send you guys, I'll just give you guys the file, the zip folder that will have everything in it. So you guys can just, and I'll also show you how to set it up on your computer. So that way you guys will have it as reference when you are working on your project. If you want to reference what I did here, you can go ahead and do that. All right. Does anyone else have any question?
No, no questions. None at
Okay.
all.
Yes. Good afternoon, Aziz.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Sorry, I'm working on the GitHub Action, and I'm having issue around the build and push Docker image. I was getting the error glibc 2.27 error message. So I've been trying to troubleshoot and see what's be the issue, but it's pointing towards my EC2 runner, probably the AMI I'm using.
Yeah,
But
I think, yeah, because I think Nicholas was having the same issue. Share your screen. Do you still have it up running?
yeah, I just applied now. It's running. Let me share my screen.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's that it might probably be time to spot someone just it might probably be time to move away from that. Titus, you completed the project. Have you run your CI/CD project anytime recently? Are you having error? Because people have been
No, I've made a lot of updates and mine runs.
Oh, you've made an update on yours outside of the project.
Yeah, not too much, but yeah.
This is the same issue uh Nicholas was having last week. So I know it has to do with the runner, because the runner
I'm
is
using
not.
Did the version updated or
2023.
something? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Did the version updated? Something in the version maybe updated?
It
They made
could,
it
yeah,
updated.
we did. We updated his version, and he was still having the same issue. And I didn't have time this week to run mine to see what happened. Titus, what are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm using the 2023 AMI. I think I updated it to that one, but
So you
I can
update.
run.
Did
I
it
can
work?
run it if you want.
Okay, all right, sure. Do you want to share and run, or you just run it and let me know?
I'm just logging in.
Okay, it's fine.
But after updating to 2023, did it work for you?
I can share.
So that action was saying to use Linux 2. So how were you able to use the 2023 one?
Let me just double check 1 minute.
Okay.
Let me sign in to be very sure.
Okay. So let me, I mean, who am I speaking to? Sorry. Let me see.
Aziz, a question.
Yeah.
Were you able to correct the problem on this one from last week?
I wasn't able to, sorry.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
I'll definitely do it today. It's my priority. I'll do it today. Because now that two people are having the same issue.
Yeah, immediately I saw his, I just remembered the exact same problem.
Yeah,
so
that's the same issue you're having. I think something is either that AMI he updated something that AMI is not what I know. What is happening is the GitHub, the self-hosted runner we have in our console is somehow unable to check out our code repository, right? So I'm not sure if there's something we have to he has to do on his end, or there's something we have to do. Either way, I'm going to find a workaround around it. I'm probably just going to, if his runner doesn't work, I will look for a different runner that can do that job, that can do that. So just bear with me. I'll work on it today for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are not the only one that is having this issue, Jumian.
Okay. All right.
I think it has to do with that runner. Let's I'm trying to think. Let me look at that actual love. I want to see what he updated on it. Maybe there's something has changed. Yeah, because since AWS doesn't even want to support Amazon Linux 2 now, at some point we'll have to move away from this runner. What version of that runner are you using?
Two.
Version 2. Okay. Let me see why you changed something. Just a second. Let me take a screenshot of it. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So, the error message in the screenshot indicates that your self-hosted runner is using specific version of the GNU C library, which is required by Node.js. Specifically, the runner trying to use this binary that depends on blah blah blah. To resolve, update grid on the runner. You can update version on the runner to meet required version. This can be done by upgrading the operating system. Upgrading the system or manually installing. Okay. When can be compliant may affect other application running on the server. Use a Docker container that requires with a require. If possible, you could use a different self-hosted runner or a GitHub hosted runner that has the necessary dependencies installed. Try using checkout version 4. Well, you are using checkout version 4. Never mind. Let me think. Sorry, I'm just researching something. Amazon. I think what I'm going to end up doing is instead of using his self-hosted runner, we will just create our own, and we would. I'm not sure that. Well, let me just look into it.
Okay, no problem.
I'm using Amazon.
I'm running mine. I'll let you know.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So,
Hi, Aziz.
hello. Hi.
Yeah. Did Dylan finally solve the namespace problem on the Kubernetes projects? Because I did it today and it all went fine.
No, he's ignoring the project for now. He's working on something else. He's
Oh, okay.
he's working on the lower projects to get more understanding. Then he's gonna get back to it. So,
Okay.
but thanks for confirming that you worked on it and everything.
Yeah. I finished it like 45 minutes ago. Thereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we just gotta resolve this CI/CD one. So
yeah, that's the last one.
Either I'm going to if I run it and I'm confirming that his runner is not, I think it's what it's saying is ChatGPT is saying that the runner we are using does not have the it doesn't have that glibs whatever nodes needs that version, and the runner don't have it. So I'm trying to check whether we can install it ourselves on the EC2 instance and test it that way.
Okay.
So if that don't work, either that or I'll just move to a different method of maybe I'll try to find a different runner. If I can find a different runner, I'll just figure out a different job that can do that. So I'll say, so hopefully the easiest way is to, and I can also reach out to the guy and let him know So hopefully he can update that runner. Well, let's see.
All right.
I'm using
Keep us posted.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Yes.
For my self-hosted runner. How do I? Here we go. Self-hosted runner is missing specific, which is required specifically. The runner is trying to use none. Install. No. Okay, I'm trying to see maybe Amazon let you to use different version that might not be directly compatible with. Oh, okay. Since upgrading.
Yeah, Aziz,
Yeah.
I think I'm using the 2023. Yeah, I was trying to find the AMI and I found it, and it's running and it already built the self-hosted, and now it's just building the image.
Oh wow. So do you mind sharing your screen and let me see
Sure.
what your
Sure.
and you're using Metro Labs runners too? Is runner is what you use to create your self-hosted runner?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe we can just go ahead and use 2023 AMIs.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah. So but let's look at Titus code because I haven't run it in a while too. So I didn't know this issue came up. But someone posted the project like last week that they finished it. So and they didn't say they had any issue with it. So I didn't maybe they end up troubleshooting that part by themselves too and using something else.
Do you see my screen now?
Yeah, I'm seeing your Slack message there.
Oh, okay. This is it. You want me to bring my code?
Yeah. So you are using this thing version 2. So yeah, our code is the same. Do you mind when we're done, can you please send your build that job to me?
Sure.
Okay. What
And
about
then
let's go
see.
in your console and let's see what type of AMI you are using.
Yeah. All right. This is the AMI. I did this 2023. Let's see. I named it, but how do we verify and see?
Use it to launch an EC2 instance, then SSH into that EC2 instance. That's the easiest way. So just use this AMI to launch an EC2 instance in your public subnet, then SSH into it.
Okay, cool.
Because that's weird that it's working for you, but then it's not. And I'll run mine too. And the issue could be something else. Because I've seen that issue before. Who was the last? There was someone I helped resolve it the last time. It was the same issue. It was saying the same thing, but it was something entirely different that caused it. So it might not be the runner. But once I run mine, I'll be able to verify it. If I'm getting the same thing, then we'll know. So don't forget to use your own AMI.
Yeah, it's my own that I'm trying to.
Is it that one? You have multiple ones.
Yeah, I think it's this one.
Look in the your
go back to the
Visual
code.
Studio Code and check the AMI ID. 3654.
3654.
Not that one.
Not that one. This is it, 3654.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just create a key pair.
You can use the console to connect to it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, just use the console. Because I just want to see that message in the once you log in, what it's going to say. And just put in your default VPC or something.
Okay.
So you need to proceed without using key pair.
Yeah, you can, because it's gonna use the AWS console to log in. So you don't need a key pair is if you are trying to log in from like some other source, like local or your local computer or some other type of client. But
But
if you
you
are
didn't
trying,
choose any proceed with without key pair. That's what I'm trying to point out.
oh, okay. I think it's Titus, did you select proceed without key pair? Because go scroll up to that key pair.
Yeah, you gotta hit that. Yeah, you gotta hit the process file keep here.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
I think you don't need your IP either, because you're gonna do the console.
Oh, okay. So just select proceed without the key pair. The first
At
one.
the top, yeah.
Yeah, I have a Lambda function. If I don't do my IP, it's not gonna run.
Okay.
Except I have to go and
Oh,
deactivate that
yeah.
role.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
You got that with okay.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I took mine off my IP. Listen, I need to put it back on, but I don't run my Fire thing like that, so I stopped using my VPN.
So your Lambda function runs every time you launch an EC2 instance?
Well, like no, if it's open, if that SSH is open to the wall, it will run. I just leave it there.
Oh, okay. So what is triggering your Lambda function? Is it when a security group is created or when
it's running?
When your EC2 instance is running. Okay. All right.
When it's running.
Another thing I was thinking is, what if we do this same CI/CD project, but using code build? Like do the exact same thing, but using code build to build it. So it's just going to be a matter of transferring our build jobs from GitHub Actions to code build, and it should be able to. I think we can easily do this project using code build and code commit.
I don't know why is it taking too long to load.
I just saw it.
Let me refresh it.
I
Do you
guess
think that would be better?
It's not running yet. You can remove that filter, that instance state filter. Yeah, so we can see.
No, it's not even. It was not letting me even click. It was just like my computer was. I'm running too many things.
Yeah, I think it's just because your computer just a little bit. I would. Yeah, give it time. It will load. There you go.
Okay. You wanted me to just connect with CloudShare, right?
Yeah, just whatever. Yeah, just that regular default one.
All right, come back. That's crazy.
Sometimes sharing. There you go. Try one of those tab. Yeah, C2 cons. Try that one.
Which?
They select the EC2s. Yeah, no, it's not SSH
Yeah,
client.
it's on the right tab. You can just scroll down, connect.
So scroll down, and you should be able to connect like this. Yeah, from with using this. So click connect.
Let me just close some of these things. I just have too much. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. I'm able to connect. I mean, can you?
Instance connect. I think
there's an option there that you can use to connect easily that you don't really need. Select connect again. As I stated, try
Session Manager.
You don't have a go on that session manager tab. It's probably one of those one, either that one or the EC2.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's Try Session Manager.
I think that you have to set it up. What about
That
the
won't work.
EC2 serial console? Try that one. Yeah, you have to set it up.
Let me just create a regular
not,
EC2 and SSH.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
use
you
a
could do an
keeper.
SSH client as well.
Yeah, just use a keeper. I thought, because let me check mine. Because I know you can. Who was I helping the other day? He was able to do it just.
I used to connect with Session Manager too, but I guess you didn't set it up, but I don't know.
So Titus, maybe what you should also do is your Terraform code. You can add the endpoint to your Terraform code. So that way you just have it as part of your thing. So if you need to SSH into something, you can do that real very easy.
Okay. Still building the image. Yeah, let me just do it. Yeah,
I noticed while he was trying to connect on that EC2 connect board, he had root as the user instead of EC2 user. Would that also have caused that not to connect?
Oh, it could. I'm trying to do the same thing on mine. See, it's giving me this. It's giving me the same thing. I think is your instance is not in the private subnet, right?
No.
Okay. Just put it in. Launch the EC2 instance in your default VPC.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
that's what we did for the last one.
Yeah, just use a keypad, please. So. Oh, I think I know why we can connect using that EC2 instance connect. It had the message up there. I think it's just something AWS just changed. You know, whatever they did with that IPv6 thing that they just did. So it's saying, so you have to have IPv4 and IPv6 enabled to be able to use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because normally that one will let you connect immediately. But to use it, you'll have to enable IPv4 and IPv6 on your VPC. Then you should be good. It's so long since I used Putty.
I know. Okay.
All right. So yeah, you are using 2023. Okay, perfect. So you Nicholas and Jumia, you guys try using 2023 AMI and see. I think maybe when he did that, whatever his latest update. Titus, can you go back on your code again, please?
Sure.
And please send me that every your code for this scroll up.
That's the deployment.
Whichever one you use to start your yeah, this one. Not that one. Not the yeah.
Okay, the one to start
After the
the
ECR, yeah, the one you use to start your self-hosted and the one you use to start your start runner job and your build image one. So I'll just compare it to mine today when I run it. See what I have to do. It might have just been that whenever he did that latest update, you have to now you can use the 2023 because before he probably didn't update the documentation.
Yeah, I did work on it a little bit. Yeah, I can just share my I think that repository is public.
Your repository is public?
Yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah,
so.
so that your code can be visible when you add it to your resume.
Yeah, why is it?
I don't think it copied.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll definitely check it out today. So Nicholas, I'll run it today, I promise.
Okay, you
Then
can stop sharing
should
now.
yeah, you can. So I'll run it and I'll definitely have a answer for you guys once I run it. But obviously it looks like it's working from Titus code and he's using the 2023. So I'll just try that one and see.
Did he work today?
Titus is just your code, but he got past the build job, so which is where you guys are getting stuck. So and like I
Okay.
said,
So should we switch the MI to 2023 MI?
he's using 2023
Yeah,
anyway.
the last time I did it, it worked. So it's still running right now, still trying to build the image. So I'll do a screenshot while it's done and then post it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Cool. Anyway, we are one. Thank you guys. Does anyone have any question before I go? Okay. Well, thank you. Please bear with me. I said I'm going to pretty much get all the projects together and I'll give you guys the file. And also, I'm going to run the CI/CD today. And whatever I find too, I'll let you guys know. And for those of you that message me, I'll respond to your message today as well. So with that, thank you. Have a good weekend, guys.
Yeah,
And
quick one. Any
Thank
tips
you.
on options?
oh, anything from options? Okay,
Any
wait, if it
tips?
tips,
Yeah,
let me
against next week investment.
I haven't checked what so because me, I'm betting against okay, we can talk about that real quick. So let me see. Um let me see. I haven't seen my watch list.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
can I say like briefly, just probably like for a minute after the class?
Okay. Is it Sunny?
Sunny, yes.
Okay. All right, sure.
Okay.
Mhm. Oh yeah, Sunny, I saw your message. Sorry, I just saw it this morning, but
Okay.
I haven't had time to check. But
Okay.
mm, let's see. I haven't checked. Usually, when I do the research for the earnings, I always check on today. What's that? 28 Monday. Today's the 28th. Monday is the 30th. Okay. So these are the ones that are reporting earnings. Like I said, the market cap, I always look at the market cap. So what I started doing, so if you, a tip, for example, so let's look at this. I'm going to open a couple of this. Am I sharing my screen? Yes, I am. No, no. Oh, so this is reporting pre-market. It's probably too late. So it says this one is reporting in the morning. So it's probably too late to get in this one. Let me filter it by market cap. Okay. And this one's this one is reporting after hours. So really, I don't see anything with the earnings that I would do that I would trade on Monday, because there isn't like really any good company reporting on Monday. One of the tips that I use is, for example, let's look at this one, this company. Pretty much any company that their stock is less than $50, I'm always a little bit hesitant to do options on them. I'm always hesitant to do options on them. So I always do like something that's 50 and above. But obviously this one, this is, you can like, you just have to buy more contract and set your strike price, maybe 50 cents away. So like, let's say this is 17.70 now, 17.71. I'll probably set my strike price if I can find 17.80, something close to it, because the reason why is that any of these stocks that are like small price like this, whether they miss earnings or they beat earnings, they don't really jump too much. They will only jump a couple of cents or $1 or $2. So that's the only thing to keep in mind, that if you go with any of these companies, that any of this stock that this price is not really above 50 or close to 100, try to set your strike price close to whatever the current price is, because they will only move up or down at the most maybe 1 cent. And if you $1, $2, then if you get one that moves up $3, $4, $5, then you make a lot of money. Even with setting your strike price close to this price, if it moves up, if you have a lot of contract, you can still make money that way. So, but I don't see anything on the earnings thing that I would do this week. I mean, no, not this week, for Monday. So maybe maybe, where did I have that? Maybe Tuesday. Let's say Tuesday. So a good one, Nike. This is a perfect one. Nike is Tuesday before market. So the trick is, no, after market. They report in after market. Perfect. So this is one I would trade. So it's just a matter of guessing whether you think they're going to beat their earnings or miss their earnings. Nike stock. So this is a good one I would trade. So let me say 5-day. 1 month. Okay, it's looking good. So this one is looking good. So what you can do is you can also do Nike stock. Remember I said you have to type it in Google like this, Nike stock earnings. So that will give you a different, this page is different from this one. It's the same company, but this one is giving you their finance, right? So you can see their revenues down, but a lot of stuff has been going up, and they missed their last earnings report, right? So this one, I honestly looking at it, and Nike just changed their CEO. A lot of people was excited about that. That is one of the reasons why they had this jump over here, because they announced that they changed their CEO last week or something like that. So looking at this, I'll bet that they'll beat their earnings. So this one, I will more likely buy puts. I mean, not puts, like call on this one. So this is a good one for Tuesday. So they are reporting after market. So when you look at the price, whenever you can jump in, it'll be a good time. Then you can check out this one, Paychecks. I'm not sure what this company does. This is also another good one that I'll look into trading. So just check the price. One thing I noticed though is that on a day, if you guys buy the options, because obviously Nike is going to report their earnings after market close at 4 p.m. Let's say throughout the day, you guys see that the Nike stock price is trading down, like it's red. Majority, I don't know for sure, but most of the time when they are trading red, like all the companies have lost money on, I saw the sign. When I lost money on Amazon, for the day when Amazon was reporting their earnings, they were trading down. Their stuff was red the entire day. It even started the day before and it continued to the next day. The one that I lost the $10,000 on, it was the same thing. The stock was trading down the day before and the day of their earnings. And I've seen some other ones like that too. So that might be a sign, because my theory is that if the stock is trading down for the day, people that knows the result knows the result. So this result, they just, because of how it makes the market so volatile, they don't allow them to report the results during the market hours. If you guys notice, anytime any news comes out, it's always after market hours. So my theory is that people that knows the result knows the result. So if they know something is going to miss, they just they will sell all their shares. And that's probably why you see it trading down. That's just my guess. But that's something to watch out. So let's say on the day of their any Tuesday, you see this thing is green. It's not like it's going to go green or up like that. It will just be something like this. It will be steady green. Or it might go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, but it will be just generally going in that upward trend. That's a good sign. At least something that I look at. It's just my own guess. It's not backed by anything, just by my own feeling. So Nike is definitely a good one I would trade on Tuesday for sure. But then this one is also a good one. It's just a matter of guessing how you think they're going to do. So I don't know about this company. I can now check their finance. Did any of you guys trade that Palantir stuff that I told you guys about? That I said they were adding them to the S&P 500. So, this
I did.
Okay, good. The one that I traded, I made like 40,000 on it, on that Palantir. So that was a good one. So, and that one wasn't based on any, that was just based on news. So sometimes news helps too.
How long did you hold it to make 40K?
It was going up and down, up and down. Even up to that Friday, you had opportunity to make money from it, because that Friday, so I bought multiple contracts. I had one that I've always had for 2 years. That was 50 contract. That was the first contract I bought when I learned options. That was the first contract. Then when they announced the S&P 500, I bought another one, another 50 contract that week. Then on the Friday that they got added to the S&P, it really dropped. It was in the red, and I bought another 40 contract. So in total, I had like 140 contract in total. So it went up as high as the 38. When it got to the 38, I sold it, and I made like on all of them close to, I think it's like either 40 exact or like 41,000, something like that. So I had one for 3 months, but funny enough, the one that I had for 3 months wasn't making. It got to a point where the contract price wasn't increasing. But the one that I bought on Friday and the one that I bought the week after they announced that they will be added to the S&P, those contracts kept going up. It's all based on what strike price you pick. Because those ones, my strike price, I was already in the money. So as it kept going up, my contract price, your premium gets more expensive and more expensive. And that's how I made money on it. So this is another good one that is worth looking into.
Did you post that one inside the chat, AZ? 'Cause I don't think maybe I missed that one. Maybe I don't know if I was in class that day.
Oh, the Palantir one. I said
Yeah,
it.
the one
I
you're talking
said
about.
it.
Yeah.
I said it here. I said it here multiple times during our meetings.
Okay.
I
So
need to
it's both.
start. So that one is not based on the earnings, because majority when I trade during the week is based on earnings, but that one was just based on news. And I said it here. I said it here multiple times.
That's the one right there that you're talking about.
No, not this one.
I'll check.
The one I'm talking about is this one.
I want to screenshot it because I don't know if I missed that or not. But I'm like, God, you made 40K over it. Okay, let
Yeah,
me go ahead and screenshot that one real quick. All right, I
this
got it now. Okay, all right.
this one. So I made money. I made because my account when I did that bad trade, um, when I was invested like 10,000 in one and I lost it, and I invested 12,000 in another one and I lost it.
Mm,
My account was almost down. My account
mm,
was almost at the bottom line, but
mm.
then I invested in this one and I was able to. I can show you guys. So this is my account. Even last week I made some silly mistake, and
Mm,
my account was at 71,000. I lost about 4,000, about 6,000 on
hmm.
Friday. But it's fine. That's let me show you. You can see it right here.
Do you think after the election you'll start seeing some changes in the market? As everybody keeps talking
Mm,
about, I've been watching Google Finance news and stuff.
yeah, I really don't know I just always just deal with handle the market on a day to day, right?
Hmm.
I really don't let me see my 1 month. Yeah, so right here. So my
Hmm.
account was really like right here. What date was
Hmm.
this? September. When did they add them to the thing? September. Was it September something, right? My account was it was going up already. It was already up by then, but
I'm trying.
my
Yeah.
account really started from right here. This
Okay.
was when the news came out, right?
Hmm.
I was buying more contract and that Palantir, and it just kept building. So my account was like was right here, somewhere
Okay.
around there. See,
Okay.
you see that I was losing 20,000 over there,
Right.
21,000. That was when I bought like two Nvidia, and the other one that I was investing a lot of money in it, and I was losing
Hmm.
that. But then when I bought Palantir after the news, be all the way till when the day they finally add them. I think they added them on whatever September something to
Who is
20th.
Palantir? I need to probably look them up. Is it like another company or
It's
something?
like they're like an AI company for
Oh, okay. Okay.
data analytics.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all the way till the throughout that week and all the way to this is the day they finally added them, September, I think September 23rd.
Okay.
My account made it to 69.
Mm, okay.
And that was when I said it. So I went all the way from 35 to 69.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I even got to see it got to 70 at one point, but then
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's just something I play around with. Um, but what I end up doing is all the profits I made, I use it to buy. Now I only have one contract of I only have one options contract here that is probably worth $2,000. All the money that I made, I bought Nvidia shares. So now I just bought 500 shares of Nvidia. So I really that's why some of the stuff you saw I lost is from this share. I really don't care because I'm keeping this for a very long time. So so I just bought Nvidia share.
So which means Nvidia, you bought it as a share, not as an option.
Yes, the share.
Okay.
So this ones I bought it as a share. So whatever profit you guys make, find good asset to buy. Like find any good company. So that was the only reason why I started this option in the first place. I was looking for places to make more money so I can buy more shares of stuff that I think companies that I think 4 years from now they will be worth a lot of money. So that's the only reason why I'm doing options.
Yeah,
And
definitely no video. I'm definitely want to do that too.
yeah,
Because
and
this
then
guy was saying that if he did that like 2 years ago when they offered him if he took a job, he'd have been at 2-3 million when they
yeah,
started skyrocketing. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a news that majority of, if not
Mhm.
all of NVIDIA's employees for like past 10 years
They
are all,
millionaires.
all
Yeah,
millionaires. All of
yeah.
them, they are worth at least 20 million each.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So NVIDIA, I think, is going to still do very well. But
And I
that
think
is,
that too because they do what they love. Like now they're not doing no more for money because they make money. So now
Mhm,
they're really dedicated because they do what they love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said too. It's
mhm,
like yeah, they people.
yeah. So I think in the long run, this company is going to do very well. So,
hmm Yeah,
so when you
I
guys, if you
agree.
guys make any money, so Robinhood, another thing I like that they do is they let you buy fractional shares. So if you guys, well, another thing I did is I set up like an automatic, you can see it here, automatic buy. I'm just gonna buy $150 worth every week, right? It's just something I'm just doing of NVIDIA. So I options is good and you can make like someone posted a guy that made 600,000 in one day doing options on Friday. So options is good. It's definitely a good opportunity to make a lot of money. But ultimately, when you start making profits, you should transfer it to buying shares of the actual company you like, because uh, over time they will make a lot of money. One that I'm very proud of, that is like probably like the second. Amazon is the second. I mean, the first, the biggest stock in my portfolio. Then I think outside of Amazon, the next one is Nvidia on my long-term shares, and the third one is Tesla. And Tesla is doing really well. I'll show you guys. Tesla is doing really well. Tesla made it to 260. When I bought Tesla at 150. So it's up over it is up over $100 since I bought it. And this was just 6 months ago. So if we look at Tesla share, 6 months ago. Yeah, I bought Tesla around, I remember the day it came down to this, but I bought Tesla, no, let me see. I bought Tesla around here. It was 160 something, around this 164. Yeah, I remember it was like around April or something like that when I bought it. So buying shares for the long run and holding them for the long run, if you, like I said, you don't have to look too much. Just look at the top 7 companies in the United States. You can buy shares. Amazon is another stock that is going to really be worth a lot in the future. But right now, they just there. They are steady. Because when Amazon missed their earnings, where is it? When Amazon missed their earnings, this same, it is at 187 now. When Amazon missed their earnings, let me show you. See, they were over here, 186. So this is how you guys can see. Sometimes when the stock market is red, people get scared and they start taking their money out. But I'm saying that's the time to leave your money in it or buy more. Especially if all you have to do is just pick a good company to start. And if you see that company going down, it is a discount, just buy it. So when Amazon missed their earnings on this day, you can see they dropped from 186 down to 161. And as of today, they are back to 187. They're even higher than where they started from. So on August, this was just August, July 31st, August 1st, they were 161. So if you would have bought Amazon on August 1st, by now you would have been making, what's that, $26 on your shares. And that's how people make money. And that was just a matter of two months. So I do options just to find where to make money, but ultimately I have um, long, I hold my stocks, but I buy shares of stocks and I hold it for a very long time. I've started buying Amazon around 2021. When I bought Amazon, it was 90. I bought Amazon at like 95, between 95 and $98, and now it is 187. So that's how you make money. Yeah. So, but once I do my research, please someone can remind me to. I'll post it in the chat. But for Tuesday, Nike is definitely a good one to trade. There's a lot of good ones here. So this 4, I'll look into this 4 to start. Then these other ones, they are low cap companies. I won't really mess with them. But these 4, you can look into them and try to guess where you think they will go. But Nike, I think Nike will do well. I think, but don't quote me on it. Anyway, so that's the what I have for today.
Could you post that market earnings, that part of the address, yeah? Because I was trying to check the stuff. I couldn't get this exact outlook. It was different, like everything was all jumbled up.
Okay, maybe. I think they have a bunch of information is by where you are. Yeah. So I will start with this 4, do a research on this 4, check their finance, just do research and try to guess if you think they're going to beat their earnings. Because if they do, I think if Nike beats their earnings, because Nike for a company has come down a lot. So I think them beating their earnings would be a good excitement for their stock to jump. You can see in the past 6 months, Nike has dropped from here, where was it? $97, almost $100. And even if you go this year, Nike has dropped from 106 to 89, and it's slowly going back up again. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys posted. If the ones that I do decide to trade for this week, once I do my research, I'll post it. If I don't, someone please remind me. I will, but I always try to post them.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, cool. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
have a good day. Good night.
No problem. Thank you. Bye.